Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Tuesday. I didn't forget what day it was, shut up. Which means it's time for another Nozz watches Log Horizon. Oh, boy. So, in the last episode, we got basically to see what Shiro's been up to while Akatsuki was out, killing murderers and all that, and we learned that he is extremely goddamn ugly in real life. Holy shit. No wonder that man don't want to go home. Like, straight, that man turning into a fucking half-elf in a video game, straight bonus to his fucking appearance. Holy shit. Like, real world, man's charisma, like fucking 2. Fucking in the video game, no, that man charisma like a 9. Shit. God, man, like, what's wrong with his face? But yeah. So we basically saw the other side of that. We learned that the party is getting their booties clapped, and the raid isn't quite playing by standard raid rules, and the bosses just kind of wander around and sometimes help each other if they feel like it. Oh boy, ain't it a bitch when the fucking MMO becomes real and the bosses gain fucking self-awareness. Man, imagine, like, Nefarian just goes like, oh man, you know what'd be really cool? Like, fucking Stormwind is right over there. I can blow that shit up. Oh god, but yeah, I guess let's get in here and let's see how they deal with the fact that the raid bosses aren't gonna follow the goddamn dungeon guide no more. In 3, 2, 1, and go! Oh man. Bold of him to assume there's still a design at work. Oh boy, silly William. I thought you wanted a difficult raid there, William. You dumb bitch. This song still sucks, by the way. Like, your every 3 episode reminder, database fucking sucks. Now, straight up though, like, I'm honestly curious how they're going to like get past this, because it's like these guys, they're gamers, like they're essentially they're kids, like with like no real like idea of how shit do. All they know is how video game do, and when you're fighting intelligent opponents, video game not work good on that one. And it doesn't seem like PvP is a very common thing here, especially not among the raiders. Especially because PvP is actually seems to be fucking disincentivized by the leveling system that we've been shown so far. So if the bosses start actually being able to think and do shit, you're gonna need someone who can do PvP in there to be like, okay, so this is the tactics, da, da, da. But then you've got like someone using PvP tactics with raid boss stats. That's fucking unbeatable. So imagine wondering what cheap bullshit they're gonna pull to try and make that go. Man, someone there just forgot the day they lost their virginity. And Steve over there doesn't remember that time in high school behind the bleachers. Oh, good old Coach Randy. What a scamp. That got dark quick, didn't it? It was a raid boss. Guess y'all best find different things to use your game time for, boys. Go back and become a fucking chef or something, I don't know. I got to forget my parents fighting in the next room for once. That's why I raid. Seriously, I really wish like more fucking anime just like I swear every guild I was ever in had one person like that. Social games? fucking casuals. This is the most fucking normies. No, you say the thing that every raid leader should say. The next asshole that bitches and doesn't get good loses 50 DKP. That's what a real raid leader would say. You disappoint me, William, Massachusetts. And the next asshole that pulls extra ads. Fucking, that's 100 DKP minus. Many whelps. Left side. Indeed. Indeed, makes you normies. You can't have that. If being a normie is right, then I don't want to be right. William, Massachusetts. Instead of dedicating ourselves wholly and fully to employment that brings us zero satisfaction and actually will lead to our slow death of work exhaustion. I never understood that mentality, though. Just the idea of like, oh, that doesn't help. That's not overly productive. It's like, yeah, I could, spend my time at home working on something that is job related and improving myself and fucking die miserable. Or I could do something fun, like play a video game, make a video, write a script, something that's fun. I don't want to grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid. Meanwhile, God looks up from his Sims game, is like, what? Someone fucking say... Wait, why the fuck are you guys in the video game? What the fuck did I miss? Man, they gotta stop releasing Sims expansions. I ain't been paying attention for millennia. William is like this far away from just saying fucking normies. Fucking listen to this fucking gamer right here, my dude. This fucking gamer right here. And by God, the sunk cost will not go to waste. Gamer, 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 gamer. This is so dumb, but I love it. This is the dumbest fucking bullshit ever, but I love it. This is the fucking normie speech, and it's great. And then we'll blame it on the healers, as is tradition. Then the healer will then put a gun in his mouth and kill himself. Ugh. I mean, you're not gonna pass the raid on your first attempt with a fucking unfamiliar control system and a ridiculous shit like fucking extra bosses coming in. What are you doing, gamer? No, gamer, no! Fucking gamer Williams like, no! He's just saying shit. Like, his brain has just detached itself. It's like, no, gamer, shut the fuck up. It can be a gargantuan thundercock. It can be anything. William, Massachusetts. Real name, Chad Thundercock. He tried to name himself that in-game, but for some reason they wouldn't allow it. And as we all know, fellow gamers, Tomodachi wa Mahou. Yeah, if it wasn't for this game, it turns out William would have fucking killed himself years ago. In real life, the man just suffers from horrible depression. And then there's that one guy on the bench that wants to be on the main raid team, but he never will. How long has this fucking gamer speech been going? Has it been going on for fucking 10 minutes? It fucking has. Just this 10-minute fucking gamer speech. Are they running out of budget and they're like, oh fuck, we gotta pad the runtime a bit. Fuck. Including the most important lesson of all. Healers adjust. I don't want to see real life William. I don't want to attach any face other than that fucking dumb fucking elf to William, Massachusetts. I don't need to see some fucking shitty ass, ugly ass Japanese fucking failed abortion here. God, like, see, like, why is it like in the real world they just make their eyes look awful? That's what I'm talking about. Their eyes just look disgusting. Like, they're too small. And they're like weirdly positioned on the face. Like, is it supposed to be like, oh yeah, Elder Tale's got a fucking stylized art style? But like, it still looks really bad. Like, the faces are just weird. Man was gaming on a laptop. Gamer. Gamer, are you fucking kidding me? Look at that gamer there, fucking protecting himself from the uwu virus. And then there's the guy that's like the guy's like that meme. Her boyfriend just posts on Instagram like, I just nutted in her and she sat down playing Elder Tale. What the fuck? Like, nah, man. She gonna keep that nut in because she got a raid to go to. if they're not happy, then maybe they should have fucking kept their fucking DKP, huh? Maybe they shouldn't have fucking bid on a useless item beforehand. I fucking hate the DKP system so much. It's just really easy to make fun of. And then those Log Horizon assholes showed up. Oh, no, Debauchery Tea Party, that's it. Where's Shiro in all this? Like, all this, like, gamer talk is going on, and Shiro is nowhere to be fucking seen, and yet Democracy is right there being like, nah, chief, I'm gonna listen to this gamer. To be fair, being transported into a world where I'm damn near immortal and have godlike powers, nah, dude, I'd be down. Even if I spent all day every day just sitting in the fucking player house masturbating, fucking like nah. Yeah, but now I'm doing it with superpowers and immortal. Of course, like no one would do that. Everyone would go out and do cool fucking video game shit. Yeah, exactly. Like fucking anybody who wants to go home is a fucking idiot. Like you show up in a world where you are infinitely more powerful and depending on your race immortal. Why would you say no to that? Just read the raid guide, idiot. William's just like, all those Coke bottles I pissed in to avoid going to the bathroom mid-raid, they can't be for nothing! Even his studying, Jesus Christ. While you were going to college, I was studying this MMO. Man, what a fucking no-lifer, I say as I log into the Old Republic. Oh, hey, the cartel market's got a new item. Oh, it's not a waste of time if you had fun. If it brought you enjoyment and fulfillment, it was not a waste of time. Democracy, shut the fuck up. Democracy, shut the fuck up. Exactly the kind of person that I would just be like, nah, motherfucker, you don't get to play. You get to go home. Fucking kill yourself. Yeah, oh yeah, when you cowered out of the government, right? And yet you wound up doing no raids and protecting Susukino instead. Fucking. And his name is Shiro. Like, where the fuck is he? Why did they not make a guild? Anyway, like, why would they not make a guild? Like, it doesn't even need to be like something that's like, oh yeah, no, we're official, we have a website and everything, but it's like, most of them had no guild, so why the fuck did they not just make a guild just to hang out and have a fucking chat room? That's the point of legends, William. The whole point of a legend is that it eventually fades away into myth. It's what makes it a legend. Like, Hercules may have been a real guy at some point, but he sure as fuck didn't divert a river just to clean out a fucking stable. Meanwhile, Democracy's in the corner being like, oh my god, stop sucking Shiro's dick, I need to kill him. Underneath that turtleneck is a fucking bondage harness. Look at him, he's a sadist. Gamers! Gamers rise up! Oh, sorry, I was gamering too hard. My camera went out of focus. That's the speech. Fucking a full 18 minutes of Gamers Rise Up. That's the episode. Attention gamers, are you ready to rise up? And they are all rising up, like literally, they're all standing up, rising to ready positions. Oh, Christ. Yes, you are, but you're a good boy. You're a good boy, idiot, William. No, I've been making fun of this the whole time, but that is like a really cool little speech there. Just kind of wish it wasn't 18 minutes long. Like, I really wish it wasn't 18 minutes long. Like, the fuck do I talk about except, like, gamer, 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 gamer? There's nothing to talk about. I mean, it's kind of cute. Could I do that? Oh, hell no, you couldn't, you fucking social reject. Wait, you were listening. You were unconscious, Shiro. Were you pretending? You were pretending to be asleep. You fucking fake gamer. She's fucking adorable. Why did nobody tell me that she existed? Why has nobody sent me some of them numbers? You know what I mean. That's a joke. Unless you call the numbers, I guess. I'm waiting for people to be like, for like some poor innocent soul to be like, what numbers? The fuck do you mean? I have a plan passed down from the brave souls that braved Sword Art Online. First, we let the new players in the lower levels go first. I call it the final Hang on, I'm just getting a message. My lawyers say I cannot call it that. You're not gonna tell her about that fucking girl you got attached to you, huh? Alright then. January 7th of next year. They just start season 3, just fucking they smashing. The gamers are officially risen up. Now no one can defeat them. Oh boy, like, dead ass, man. I straight up don't know what the fuck to talk about. I mean, like, we had this cool gamer speech, yes. But, like, all I can really say, it was cool. Like, it was cool in, like, a really sad way. Like, for William's speech to basically impact everyone, it means that everybody that plays Elder Tale, or maybe every fucking, like, everyone in his guild at the very least, are gigantic social fucking rejects that have zero friends outside the game. They no-lifed it. And now that they're in their fucking, like, basically their dream, like, the isekai that was perfect for them, they can't fucking do it, and they're, like, losing hope and dying. Like, that's just fucking sad at that point. Like, in multiple ways. Like, oh god. Like, I don't know. I feel like it didn't need to be that long. I imagine it was probably that long in the book or manga or whatever the fuck this comes from. But I feel like maybe you could trim it down just a teeny tiny bit. Like, I like William. Don't get me wrong. William is one of my favorites. Almost entirely because of his name, though. Um, and well, I appreciate this idea of like, oh, fucking gamers are truly the most oppressed group. Like, it's a little cringe. Hey, man, 15%. That means you got for if every 100 attempts, you got 15. You got 15 attempts where it'll work. There you go. Oh boy, but yeah, like, so there's a, like, I appreciate it from a thematic perspective, but my god, like, just, like, literally nothing happened, just, except William just fucking gave a speech to make everybody fucking feel better about themselves. Like, it was just like, this big, long gamer speech. Like, I don't hate it, but my god, does it make my job harder? Oh boy, so, yeah, this is probably just gonna be wind up being a short episode, huh? But okay, so, I think this kind of lets us into like a little bit of the writer's head, honestly, more than anything, more so than anyone else. Like, I don't know what gaming culture is like in Japan. I really don't. But like, for what he described, it basically kind of feels like what gaming was like. Uh, honestly, when did this come? When was this written? Honestly, I actually am curious because it reminds me of like pre 2010, like that, because I remember, like, so I've been playing video games like for fucking ages. Like, basically, I think like the first time I fucking played a video game was like when I was like fucking like 4. Oh, I know. Where that fucking Christ. But yeah, it's like basically like, and like I remember very very much, like, all the way up to 2010. Like, if you were the one that, if you, like, at least like the school I was at, like, if you were the kid that like played video games a lot and you were like, oh yeah, no, like, you on like, if top of your head you can go like, oh yeah, no, on this level you can just go this and this, and like list shit off the top of your head. Like, you were weird, and it was like, oh, that's weird. Okay, wait, you take this shit seriously? What the fuck? Like, wait, you play for how long? What? Why don't you go do sports? The answer is because I fucking physically can't. But you know what I mean? Like, it was like very much kind of that level of thing, and it was like, oh, why don't you do something that fucking like is going to benefit you? Why didn't you pick up a skill? Why don't you devote yourself to work, or not work, picking up skills that can lead to work? You know, shit like that. Like, and then like 2010, like when I was like 15, like there was like this switch, and I don't know if it was because I was older, or and like people stopped giving a shit as much, or if it was just a cultural shift. It felt like the latter, but it might have been the former. Um, like, people stopped caring so much, and if anything, the people that dedicated themselves to fucking sports were the weirdos. And so like I feel like the time this came out, like, I don't know, when exactly did this show come out? See if I can find a date here. Um, not seeing one, but it might also be because everything's in moon runes. Hang on. Okay, yeah, no, fuck it. Let's just Google it. Um, Log Horizon. Let's see. Let's see. When did this come out? When was this a thing? Okay, so it was, 2010. The book was made in 2010. It would have been right on the cusp, assuming that Japan had the same crossover that America did. Um, yeah, so I don't know, like, that's kind of, I don't know, like, it feels like, like, in the modern day, that's kind of weird, like, to have that kind of thing. It's like, oh, gamers are oppressed, and like, like that's kind of like the joke in the meme, but like, but I mean, 2010, that would have been like right on the cusp, at least from my perspective, at least it would have been. So okay, all right, I'll give him that. Um, but like this idea, I'm wondering like how it is actually perceived in Japan. That survived basically unchanged into the anime adaptation that came out like what 2016. Because like what William was well, again a lot of what William's experience seems to be pretty universal among like his guild because most of them were like, yeah, no, you are like super right, holy shit. Um, like them all being basically listed as social outcasts, pieces of shit, and just like flashing to each of them, and they're just like fucking miserable in meat space, and it's like, fuck, that's a rough one, buddy. That's a rough one. Uh, I do. I don't know. It's cool. It's actually really neat. It's neat to see into the author's mindset and maybe see a little bit of a time capsule of Japanese culture towards gaming at the time it was written. Um, I don't know if it needed to be fucking a full 18-minute speech. Feel like maybe in the adaptation they could have cut it down a teeny tiny bit, but seeing as it seems like the creators of this adaptation are very, very much giant fucking like fan panderers, I imagine they probably would have got a lot of shit. Because I mean, apparently, according to you guys, at least in the comments, they were going to use a different song than Database for season 2. And then a bunch of fans basically were like, no, we love Database for some reason. Yeah. And so they kept it and they threw out the song they already had. I mean, like, if they're gonna do shit like that, then okay, I can totally understand them, like, being like, no, we need to have the Gamers Rise Up speech in there. We need to have that. Like, yeah. Like I said, there's a little cringe, but like that good cringe of like, oh man, catharsis. He's saying a thing that, like, honestly is very like good brain chemicals, but by God, if someone said it in real life, that'd be fucking cringy as shit. Like, they'd fucking collapse in on themselves and create a goddamn singularity that would wipe out the Earth. That's how cringy that is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those cringes, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be saying that, but okay then. I mean, but yeah, that's good. It's good. It's fun. I don't know. It does definitely. You could definitely feel the passion the fucking guy who wrote that had for fucking like games as a culture and like the importance of having fun and fucking like enjoying yourself, you know? And that's something that Japan definitely historically has a fucking problem with. Like, oh, you're enjoying yourself? You're not working yourself to death in a 130-hour work week? The fuck is wrong with you? You bring shame to your ancestors! Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go fucking kill myself with a sword and then masturbate to incest porn. Fuck you! Japan's a weird place. Like... By the way, yeah, the whole, like, weird incest thing Japan has, that's not a new thing. That's, like, in like, some classical Japanese literature, too. And some woodblock prints and shit, too. Like, fucking nah. Don't worry, weebs. That shit's got a big historical significance with your fucking Oni-chans. Fucking weirdos. No, not the weebs. The Japanese culture that fucking created that incest thing. That bit's fucking weird. Oh, boy, but, I'm not saying that Japan is Alabama. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there was a lot of it in like a lot of their literature, modern and classical. And I learned that recently, and I'm like, It's fun when you're like watching like stuff like Bungo and it leads you like looking up like classical Japanese lit and you get some cool shit like that. Oh, I say cool shit like that. But yeah, all in all, this is a good episode. It was fun. Like, it was fun, it was cool, and, like, I don't really have a ton of shit to say about it, but there you go, it was good. So, let me know what you thought of it down there in the comments, whether you liked it, you disliked it, or you want to bring up something I left out, because that's entirely possible. Oh, boy. Remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share on social media, tell your friends, hit that share button down below, and if you want, you can always support me on Patreon, which is linked down there in the description, and on the end card, along with a list of all the people that keep the show up and running. If you want to join them, then there's also some other perks and shit you get for being on Patreon, but those are all listed on the website. Oh, boy. Anyway, so as always, I am Nozz, and I'll see you, specifically, Becky, in the next video. But most importantly of all, become a trash mammal today, and I will see you a round.